Hello again, everybody. It's Mage again. Gonna talk at you some more. This time I'm gonna keep it quite a bit shorter. Sorry about the lengthy video last time. It was my first video. I was really excited to talk about music with all of you guys. This is a different video. This is a video, a bit of an addendum to the first video. And I'm gonna be going over some corrections and some clarifications because we're all human. And I feel that we all ought to do this, and we all ought to check ourselves, and we all ought to make sure and do our best to try to speak the truth. I often get excited and I get to talking about music, and I don't always say things that are absolutely factual. So we're going to go over a few of the items, like I said, I discussed in my first video, which I put out a few days ago, which was my top 10 music of 2020 that got me through 2020, my favorites of 2020. And like I said, this is a bit of an addendum to that, so I'm going to go over some clarifications. I have a little list here, so please excuse me while I'm referring to my notes. So first and foremost, I started off the list. Number 10 on the list was a band I love. Actually got some great news about this band today. I was talking about King Buffalo. I just read today that they are, no bullshit, putting out 3 full-length records this year. I don't know when, but the news just got dropped like it's hot. They're going to put out 3 LPs this year because of what happened in 2020 and the inability to be able to tour and promote and do what they love, which is perform for us. They just went into the studio and just worked hard, like I mentioned at the end of my last video. It did exactly that. It chased them back into the studio, and here they are. They're going to bring us some real work, which is great. So, like I said, some clarifications and some misnomers on my part. First and foremost, I referred to them being called King Buffalo because I said, oh, they're from Buffalo, New York. Not true. They are from Rochester, New York, which, come to find, I researched it, is really only about like 70 or so miles to the northeast, I think, of Buffalo. So King Buffalo from Rochester, New York, not from Buffalo, New York. And another note on those guys, I incorrectly stated that their lead singer, his name is Sean McVeigh. I stated he played bass in the band. He does not play bass guitar. He is actually the guitar player and singer. Very talented individual. So sorry, I misspoke about that. Let's see. Going on down the list, I mentioned a band called Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. They were like, I think, my number 7 pick for that year, for last year. I made a misstatement saying that they were associated loosely with a record label called Flightless Records out of Australia. They have no affiliation with said record label. They're on a record label called What Reality Records. I guess it's a question mark. What Reality Records? Funny guys, they're very cool. All right, moving along this list. I also made an incorrect statement concerning, oh yeah, Crispin Glover. I was talking about Crispin Glover's record label, and one of my favorite picks of last year was the release by Oyvind Holm called After the Bees. And I was going on about Crispin Glover and his eccentric ass. Made not an incorrect statement, but I was this is just a clarification. Yes, they are based out of Norway, not I think I said Sweden or Denmark or something like that. They are based in Trondheim, Norway. I made an incorrect statement about him, Crispin Glover himself. I was talking about his professional career as an actor, and I said he was in a movie. I think I said he was in Kill Bill. Incorrect. I was referring to, he had a little part, a big part. He was the bad guy in that one movie with Bill Murray, Charlie's Angels. He was in the first Charlie Angels movie as like the Thin Man or whatever they called him. So I misspoke. Sorry about that. Crispin Glover was not in Kill Bill. I think that covers that one. Also misspoke about the one I really went off about, how much I loved it. I think it was my number 5. Yeah, it was my number 5 pick. A band called North Americans, the really beautiful artistic cover, and I mentioned it's 2 gentlemen playing in the band. One plays acoustic guitar, and the other, I misspoke about this. I said he played the lap steel. That is incorrect. It's acoustic guitar and pedal steel. Totally different instrument. Anyone that's a string player, guitar player will slap me across the head. I misspoke, my bad. Pedal steel, much more kind of a twangy, ethereal instrument. Anyway, there's that one. Let's see, a few more to talk about here. I didn't want to go on too much because I do have a list that I'm working on for all of you folks who have been kind enough to check out my channel, subscribe and like it and everything. So I thank you. It's been really fun so far. I love talking about music. I've been great at getting great comments and great feedback. So again, thank you. Some more clarifications and making some corrections tonight. Let's see, the number 2 pick that I had was one of my favorite bands called Elder. I get so excited when I'm talking about my favorite bands. And of course I had been jibber jabbering for like damn near 40 minutes at this time when I got to this point. Things were getting all jumbled up in my head. I was talking about when I discovered them and I came across their album Reflections of a Floating World. I misspoke. I said I came across this EP, blah, blah, blah. It's not an EP. It's a full-length LP. It was their 3rd full-length LP. And I mentioned they had a few other shorter releases, some EPs. So misspoke about that. And let's see. I think that's all I misspoke about Elder. Moving on to what was my favorite record of the year was the Wobbler record. And Dwellers of the Deep, I also was getting a little jumbled because I was really excited talking about them, and I mentioned that they have a lot of records, 5 full-length LPs. I was going down the line and I got to talking about their 3rd one, which was when I discovered them, incorrectly stated that it was released in 2014. Incorrect, it was released in 2011. I didn't discover them until 2014. So yeah, there's that. And then I went on to talk about how that was their 4th release, or maybe Dwellers of the Deep was their 4th release. Not true. Another one in between that is called From Silence to Somewhere. Charisma Records, 2017 release. Beautiful record, amazing, check it out. Another bit of mastery from those guys. Like, you'll probably see it on other lists that I put out in the future on this channel. And I have some lists brewing. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk about primarily things of a proggish nature. That happens to be, you know, probably my favorite genre. But there will be other things spoke of. And so, yeah, going on, it was more about Wobbler. I was just getting so excited and I misspoke about that. A clarification, they are from Norway. They're from a place called Hønefoss. Hønefoss. I'm not sure exactly how to say it in the Norwegian tongue, but it's got the O has that slash through it like Scandinavian languages do. So I believe it's kind of like got like an O-R, O-U-R kind of sound to it, kind of like an umlaut in German. Hønefoss. Anyway, yeah, they talk very highly of it. It's a very beautiful country city in somewhere in Norway. So that's where they're from. Yeah, I believe that is my entire list concerning the video I released earlier on this week, or last week rather. If there's any other things that anyone who watches this, you know, maybe, you know, a misstep or need a clarification, just mention something in the comments. Wanted to shout out to a few people, no one in specific really. A young man, I think his name was Sam. Shout out to Sam if I get your name correctly. You sent me an email, but you never actually commented, and so I had to switch my emails. I never saw the comment, and then I just had trouble trying to fish it out. Anyway, thank you very much. He created a playlist of all of these albums that I mentioned. He found them all on Bandcamp, and then arranged all the hyperlinks. And maybe if you see this, or I'll try to send you an email reply back. If you want to go ahead and post them in the comments, you're more than welcome to. Please do. And so the reasoning surrounding this, and he kind of begrudgingly kind of like elbowed, kind of an elbow to the ribs, kind of was like, yeah, for shit-headed lazy Americans, like I said in the video, I was just playing around. And that comes across on my part as being kind of a shithead lazy thing to do and not include all of the links in the comments and blah, 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 blah. I'll be totally honest. Like, I am so not technologically savvy in the least. As far as like understanding the internet and understanding what I'm doing, I'm kind of like in that weird, like, you know, intermediary period where like the internet was pretty much still like brand fucking new when I came into adulthood. And so I never like went to college. I mean, I did, but I didn't go, if you catch my drift. And I never like took classes extensively. I never sat and learned how to do anything. So when it came to like, I'm doing all of this shit on my phone. I don't even own a PC. And so I was like trying to create a playlist or get these links together, put them in the comment. I couldn't do it on my phone. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a big dumb idiot. So, and then I thought about it, and I had a couple other friends, Missy, and Jennifer, and they were like, hey, where's the links? Give us the links. Make it easy for us. And I'm like, I don't want to make it easy for you. Not to any of you specifically, but for the general folks that come across. I was talking about discovering music, and you know, when you discover music, it should come organically, in my opinion. And nothing better than like hearing of a band or seeing some art and researching it. And then when you do research it and you put that legwork in, then you end up inevitably coming across even more stuff that's associated loosely. Or, oh, this artist, I had no idea he was involved with that, or she was involved with that, or wow, look at all this fucking Pandora's box I just opened up. Like, you know, that's what it's kind of about. And not that I don't want to make things just like, you know, convenient and easy for people, because things should be convenient. It's the internet. That's what it's for. It's for convenience. But it's also for, you know, discovery. And that's what the internet means to me. It's just kind of a mode of discovery. And yeah, I shouldn't go off on this diatribe like this, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. It's like, I'm going to talk about the shit that I love. And if you guys want to ask about the shit that I love, just ask me in the comments. Otherwise, get on the interwebs and find it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll discover some really great shit along the way. I don't want to dedicate any more time and effort and energy to this. This is a hobby. You know, I'm not trying to monetize off this. This is for fun. This is for sharing. I'm not trying to, like, you know, rake in the likes and the subscribers and, you know, whatever, dude. I have like, you know, 20 hits on this channel so far. Like, I don't care about that stuff. I care about this. I care about, you know, sharing my taste in music, because I think I got pretty good taste, and I'm sure you do too. That's why you're sitting here staring at me. So, then I look great, don't I? Just kidding. So, I went over my clarifications and my my oopsie daisies. I'm going to continue to do this because I love transparency. And I don't get in front of you guys just to kind of yakety yak and not, you know, be held accountable if I said something that's wrong. So, call me out if I say something wrong. Call me out if you don't like something that I said. I don't really care. Like, I may chit chat with you about it, or I may not. Otherwise, look forward to upcoming lists. It's going to be fun. Things are going to get tasteful. And thanks again for tuning in. And do that thing. And do the subscribe if you want. I mean, even if you just want to like thumbs up me and then take a hike and never visit my channel again, I'm okay with that. But go ahead and subscribe. You'll get little notifications, I suppose. I don't know how to do any of that stuff either. I don't know how to edit videos. I don't know how to interject all these weird little like graphics, and I don't know how to do that stuff. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk about what I know about, and that's rock and roll. So I love you guys. Be good to each other, and you know, square the circle.